Welcome to Dacey's Divas. Hi, I'm your host, Dacey. Today we have a brilliant diva out there making a difference. She's an innovator, mechanical engineer, and she is the founder and CEO of E2E, Engineer to Empower. Please welcome Gal Zeidman. Good morning, Gal.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming all the way.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Having you. You're an amazing young woman, and wow, you have done so much at such a young age. So please let the viewers know a little bit about who you are, and then we're going to talk about your great nonprofit organization.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Gal Zeidman. I'm founder and CEO of Engineer to Empower. We are a nonprofit helping young girls become really confident and capable engineers and providing them with the skills to succeed in male-dominated fields. And outside of that, I'm a senior mechanical engineer at a biotech startup in Cambridge. And I'm really grateful for being here. Thank you so much.
So you went to MIT.
Yes.
You're alumni, graduate also of Stanford. Tell me a little bit about that. First, you grew up in New York.
Right.
Do you have your family still around?
Yeah, my family's in New York. That's part of the reason why I came back from California.
Okay. Yeah, I saw your phone number. I was like, oh my goodness, you know, that was a long way. But tell me a little bit about why you got involved in mechanical engineer. First, MIT.
Yeah, so I actually started at Wellesley College first, which is a women's college. And originally, I didn't even think I was going to be a mechanical engineer. I thought I was going into writing. I never saw a future for myself in engineering. I'm first in my family to go to college. So I just didn't have a lot of representation around me to show me that that was something that was possible for my future. And it was only once I went to Wellesley College where I took my first physics class, and I saw just a room full of really smart, capable women. And it was an amazing supportive environment where I didn't have this chip on my shoulder that I needed to prove my worth or prove something. It just really showed me how much I loved physics naturally without all of that other stress and burden. And so that's why I ended up transferring to MIT to become a mechanical engineer, and I figured that out so late. And yeah, that was...
What do you mean so late?
Because I was 18 and 19 years old when I figured that out. And when I went to MIT, most people there, they had figured that out when they were 10 years old, or they had been doing...
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's truly
I don't think 18 or 19 is old, you know? You're still a young girl, and you are today, so what you have accomplished.
Yeah, I think it was just being at MIT, and you see everybody else around you has been doing this for most of their life. You feel really behind. And so that was another obstacle that I needed to get past, and I had to teach myself how to have a growth mindset and to know that as long as I worked really hard, that I would be able to succeed, I would be able to learn this material, and that growth is the most important thing, and it's okay if I wasn't there yet. And eventually, because I worked so hard, I became a lot better at it, and I didn't give up through that. Good
for you. But MIT, now you're dealing with mechanical engineering, male, right? Dominant, do you think?
It's definitely in the...
Industry?
In the industry, I felt it a lot more than when I was at MIT.
Yeah.
And it was, there were a whole host of things that I had to navigate in industry. And for the first few years, I felt like I would silence myself, and I wouldn't stand up for myself, I wouldn't advocate for myself. I just thought that I needed to kind of just go below the radar and let myself get treated however I was being treated. And that's actually what made me start this nonprofit, was because I saw, eventually I hit this point where I was like, no, I want to speak for myself. I want to advocate for myself. This is really important for me to succeed in my career and to actually be in a safe and healthy environment. And so I started learning how to do that, and it really changed my life in a lot of ways. And now I'm in this really great job with people who are really supportive, and I feel like I'm doing what I love because of that. And so I want to help other girls learn that they don't have to be quiet and just suffer through things. You can stand up for yourself. You can learn what is the right space for you.
Oh, that's very good. Do you regret, when you went to MIT, do you regret not staying at Wellesley, where it was all women?
I think I had to leave to MIT because they had a better engineering program there, and Wellesley didn't have that degree.
Right.
But I would have loved to stay at Wellesley. I thought it was just such an empowering experience, and it really does build a lot of confident women who go out into the world and just take on, whatever they set their mind to.
And they're strong and more, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
How about Stanford now? So then you graduated from MIT, and then you went to Stanford.
Right.
Okay, and what did you got your master's?
Yeah, I got my master's in mechatronics in the mechanical engineering department. And that was during COVID, so a lot of the classes ended up being online, but it was still a really great experience, and I learned a lot about, electronics and robotics there.
That was hard to get online. Was it hard?
Yeah, it was really hard.
To learn and not have your friends around and isolation, so.
Exactly, yeah.
But you persevered. And now we're gonna get into what you're doing now. But what made you want to do mechanical engineering? I mean, I know you said, but what exactly do you do? I saw you did robots, like.
Robots,
yes.
Yeah. So I've pretty much, all of my mechanical engineering work has been in the medical device space. So I've worked on surgical robotics, liquid handling robotics, drug delivery devices, prosthetics, assistive devices. I've pretty much touched a lot of different medical devices. And what I really liked about mechanical engineering is I saw that I could make an impact and a difference in the world through it. And that was something I didn't realize, before, maybe when I was in high school, that was possible. In high school, I thought, okay, maybe you're building cars, which is great, but I wanted something that had more of a tangible and meaningful impact. And so once I went to MIT, that's when I started seeing, wait, there's actually a lot of really incredible, meaningful, and fulfilling work that you can do with this. And so that's what really led me to doing it. And in addition to that, I love that in mechanical engineering, you get to see what you've built out in the world. So like it's a very tangible thing that you've worked on and it's out there. And it's also just a very creative process where you get to just dream up these new solutions and ideas to problems that exist. So that was the other reason.
Oh, Gal, you're amazing. Young woman.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So Stanford, and then when did you just recently started, you're the founder and the CEO with E2E, Engineer to Empower. Did you always, before we get into that, did you always help people? You seem like you would always help people since a young girl.
Yeah, definitely. So when I was in high school, I was a youth delegate at the United Nations, and so I'd go to the Commission on the Status of Women, and I was always really passionate about this topic since I was really young, like trying to help women find empowerment in a lot of different areas. And then aside from that, in college, I was always trying to mentor people, and I tried to help people get into MIT, for example. And I think that mentorship is always really important. I want to be a source of support for other women in the way that other women have helped me get to where I am today. I think it's really important to give that back to others.
So you do mentor?
Yes, definitely.
And you've also spoke at quite a few events. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've spoken at the UMass Lowell RAMP program. So it's a program that, a summer program where high school students are preparing to enter college. So I spoke a bit about my journey to becoming an engineer. I've also spoken at the UMass Lowell Women in Business organization, and so that was really
fabulous.
Great. Again, trying to help young girls learn what it's like to be in a male-dominated field and what you need to do to succeed and thrive in those areas.
It's wonderful. Now, you founded. Tell me a little bit about that. We'll have to give a shout out to my nephew, William Zuzis, also. Let's talk about this great empowering program, how you're helping so many young women. Tell us the ages, and what is this program? I know, but let's tell our viewers.
Yeah, so Engineer to Empower is a nonprofit that is helping young girls become confident engineers, not only by giving them important technical skill knowledge, but also by helping them develop the softer skills they need to advocate for themselves and to have healthy careers within male-dominated fields. So those two are really important because a lot of programs touch on providing technical skill acquisition, but if you're not providing those skills within a supportive environment where you feel like you have that mentorship, that support, and it isn't a competitive environment. And also if you're not providing them with the knowledge of how to navigate tricky situations when you get into industry, it's going to be hard for those girls to stay within the field. So that was a really important part of Engineer to Empower for us, and it's incorporated in every single program that we do. And in addition to that, we also really care about making sure girls know what you can do with engineering. So it's very mission driven. Every project that we focus on We want to make sure that these girls see the impact that they're making in the community with engineering as a way to kind of inspire them and show them what is out there in this field and what you can do with it. So right now we have 2 really exciting programs that are ongoing for a few months. We have our winter program, where young girls, 12 to 14 years old, they're building book nooks, which is creatively themed book structures.
Pete's going to show some pictures too.
Perfect.
Are these the girls here? Okay,
yes, these
great.
are the girls.
Thank you, Pete.
And so they're creating these creatively themed book structures for Project Compass, which is a women's homeless shelter.
Oh,
and
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and we had a director come in from Project Compass to talk with the students and make sure that they can actually talk to the user that they're going to be delivering this bookshelf to at the end of the day.
That's incredible.
And so that's really, really amazing, because otherwise you think engineering is
that is
you're
amazing.
Stuck somewhere with a computer 24/7, but at the end of the day, who are you helping? And so we really wanted to give that human component to the program.
And this is right here?
Right, so this is us at the UMass Little Makerspace, which William helped to coordinate for us. And yeah, we're really grateful that we get to be in a space where we have access to laptops, to 3D printers, laser cutting, woodworking materials. And so these girls actually have the ability to have a more hands-on experience with engineering.
I would have loved that. I would have loved that in my day. That hands-on. That's what people want, is hands-on.
Exactly.
Not so much as books, but when you're there hands-on, you learn so much more, I think. I'm a hands-on person, so I love it that way.
Exactly, me too. I understand, yeah.
So tell me, I love the picture Pete will show with the little girls. Now you have, what are the age groups of the little girls?
5 to 7 years old.
They were so adorable in one of the pictures. Look at them.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible to get to work with this group, because everything that you do just really makes such a deep and profound impact in these girls' lives. And you can really feel that in every session. And I've worked with them now for like three or 4 months, pretty regularly. And
wow, that's a long time.
I know, yeah.
And here they are.
Pretty much.
What are you doing there?
Yeah, so here we did a tour of a few Northeastern labs. So the Silicon Synapse Lab, they got to see robots in action, and it was really exciting for them to see. And the previous picture was the Monaghan Lab, where they got to see axolotls, and they're super excited by that. Pretty much every session, they're bringing in a plushie or a stuffed animal. Yeah, and they really care deeply about it. So we're trying to find ways to bring their interests into engineering and show them how that's possible.
Tell me a good story. Are they tell me one of your favorite stories, like an experience you had with these children.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think specifically when we were touring the Northeastern Lab, at the end, we were just asking them, so what do you guys want to do in your future? And pretty much everybody was like, I want to be a roboticist or a scientist or an engineer. And
that was amazing.
That was such an amazing leap to go from, the start of the program, where of course they're only 5 to 7 years old. And it's just incredible that they already feel this certainty of maybe we've opened up doors for them,
Thanks
that
to
this
you.
is possible. And not only that, but because all the teachers are women, that's all they're seeing. And so they know it's possible. They see themselves represented in the teaching, and that's what, and through making sure that we put their interests into every program that they do, they're able to see how they might be really excited by this field.
What was your mindset? Did you think that you would you knew you would make a difference, but this huge difference that these children would really catch on? What was your mindset? Did you kind of have doubts, or did you say, they're gonna know? I mean, that age, how do they catch on? I mean, yes, they're seeing it, but what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the beginning, I didn't think that would happen so quickly with the 5 to 7 year olds, but I think as I met with them more and more, I think the more they're exposed to this, it was just so exciting to them. They're actually building things with their hands. They're using screwdrivers at such a young age.
That's wonderful. That is so amazing, Gail.
Yeah, really. And like pretty much in their homes, because sometimes I'll go over to their homes, I'll just see all of the things that they've designed or that they've built, and it's truly so cool to see that.
It is.
And it's something that they get to show their friends, like, look, this is a physical thing that I actually created in the world. And so that definitely, I think, sparks a lot of interest, especially as you're more exposed to it and you grow more confident in it. And I guess right now, it's mostly just assembly because they're so young. But I think they really love that hands-on component to it.
Now, they looked excited.
Yeah.
So they did look excited, and they didn't look bored. Like,
Yeah.
you know how they're, you know, when you're at that age, you might be like, oh, but they didn't look that at all. And there was another picture, too. I wish you had brought the one when they were sitting around the table. Oh, you do have it. Tell me about this picture.
Yeah, so this is another really amazing collaboration that we've had with the UMass Lowell Enable Assistive Device Group. And it was incredible. These girls got to build and assemble Phoenix hands. And it just is another way that we're trying to show these girls, look at the impact that you can have in the world by creating assistive devices for people who need them. And it's amazing, just these 5 to 7-year-olds, they now in their homes have assistive device hands that they have fabricated and built.
Wow.
That was an amazing workshop.
That's great. You're doing wonderful things. You just did this a year ago. You started, correct?
Right. We only started a year ago.
And you've already taken off.
Yeah, it's been really exciting, this journey. We have 6 staff members right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So tell me about what their capacity is in this.
Yeah, so Jeanette Wu, she's our program director, and she works so hard and is so dedicated to the organization, and right now is leading the Winter Book Nook program.
Wow.
And it's incredible. It's actually the last day today, so we're really excited about the impact that we've made in both Project Compass's life and in addition to these young girls who are going through the program. And then aside from that, we have Ariana Rinaldi, who she's the outreach director, and she's on the ground reaching out to all of these youth organizations and trying to form collaborations. And we have William Zuzis, who's the co-founder, and he's on our board of directors, and he's been really instrumental in providing so many connections to UMass Lowell.
Yeah. That's a nice picture.
Yes.
He's a smart boy.
Yeah, he really is.
Yes, my nephew. He's a good boy. He's
Yeah.
brilliant. He was like you since a young. I don't know how a boy, do it. So go ahead. So that's 3 of them.
So those are 3 of them, and then we've had Miranda. She's taking a bit of a break from the nonprofit right now, but she was helping a lot with leading some of the workshop development, and she also spoke at Minds Matter to a group of 60 people talking about her engineering journey on behalf of our nonprofit. So that was really exciting, and she also led the workshop at Boys and Girls Club.
Where was this? Was this the Joy? Right.
This is Minds Matter.
Okay, Minds Matters.
Yeah,
okay.
so Miranda gave a talk about her career journey. And so that's another thing that our nonprofit does is we try to go places and show people what women actually do in the field.
And
that's at Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, where? In Lowell or Boston?
Lowell.
Lowell, really? Okay.
Right.
With Joe Unger?
Yeah.
Who did you work with at Boys and Girls Club?
I can give that to
Okay,
you.
yeah. All right, because they're very good too. That's a good organization.
Yeah.
So are you doing any more nonprofits? Are you getting into any more nonprofits besides Boys and Girls Club around here?
Yeah, so Mill City Grows is another partnership that William has been working on.
Good.
And we're interested in developing this workshop where girls will create these planters and they'll be able to put seedlings in there with the help of MCG.
Oh, I love that.
And so that is a workshop we're currently working on. We really need funding for that because we have an opportunity to reach 40 students with this workshop, but that takes a lot of money to actually provide all the materials and also to compensate MCG's staff. So that's something we're really right now trying hard to fundraise for.
So that's why Pete's gonna flash your information throughout this show so people can donate to you, Gal, right?
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Yeah. And what other organizations are you? Mill City Grows is great. I've covered them before in the past with my Z list for the paper, and there was 2 young girls. I don't know if you know, founded that, and that's helping preserve the environment for these young women. How important is that to teach them?
It's very important, and so that goes right in hand with our mission. We're trying to help girls make a difference in their community and show them what they can do with engineering. So it's an amazing partnership, and we're very excited about that.
How about for older women? I know you deal with younger women. What would you recommend for an older woman? How would you say someone, like I'm in my 60s, to get involved? Would you recommend getting involved in different organizations and charity events? Where could they start? Could they come and help you, volunteer?
Definitely. We're always looking for more volunteers across the
Doesn't matter what age?
Doesn't matter what age.
Right.
We're definitely open to everyone. We need as much support as we can get to make this a reality and to help all of these women and girls become engineers. So definitely just reach out on the link that hopefully
So people can volunteer no matter what age, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they don't have to go, they can actually go to UMass Lowell if they're from this area.
Right.
And go help out.
Yeah.
How many times are you at UMass Lowell? Are you there?
Yeah, so we've been there every Saturday.
Saturday.
Since January, and it's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Today's the last day, but we're definitely going to be back to that space for additional workshops, additional longer-term programs.
Good. And how did you get affiliated with UMass Lowell?
So William had a connection there.
Yeah.
So that was
He was an undergrad there and then
Exactly.
graduate Northeast, and now he's at Purdue.
Right.
Boy, you people, MIT, Stanford, a lot you've done at such a young age.
Thank you.
I'm sure you have more to do in the future.
Yes.
Who's a role model for a woman out there for you?
Yeah, so I don't know if I want to say the name.
You don't have to.
Yeah, so there's one
Or someone
person,
who's mentored you.
Yeah, exactly. There's somebody who's been an incredible mentor for me throughout my journey. Pretty much, she's the one who helped me get into MIT. She's the one who helped me when things were, when I was struggling with things that were happening to me in industry, and she kind of helped me navigate those situations and get to a better place with them.
Is she older than you? Is she?
Yeah,
Okay.
by 3 years.
Okay. Oh, well, she's similar she's similar in your age.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's just been an incredible mentor for me who's like supported me in a lot of ways
Inspirational.
throughout my journey. So I'm always really grateful to her, and yeah, and it's always good to have somebody in your life like that. You need somebody who's in your corner who can kind of help you. Otherwise, you're kind of alone and you're not sure what's the next step for you, how you can progress in your journey. And that is also another aspect of our nonprofit. We're trying to connect these girls with other mentors and people who can guide them in their journey, and hopefully they create these, bonds with them.
Which is so important.
Future.
Do you mentor anybody right now on a one-to-one?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, definitely.
Good for you, Gail. And then do you mentor them through are they younger, are they older?
They are younger.
Younger.
Yeah, I
so
did.
important.
Yeah.
So important.
I had someone who I've been talking to for a while now, and she's struggling, I think, with industry and the, just coming out of grad school. And so that's, I was trying to help her out through that and make sure that she knows how she can progress her career in the way that she wants to. And it's not always easy right after you graduate to know what to do.
So that's a big step too.
Right, it's a really big step.
But you can lead people, they can reach out to you, you can lead them in the right direction, you're happy to help.
I am.
I know you are. If you had a magic wand, what would you wish for the young women out there today? Especially you're dealing with women from all ages, from young to teens, which is it's so important for their growth.
Yeah, I want these girls to know that they have so much potential inside of them. Even if other people put obstacles in their path or make them feel like they're not good enough, they can't do it, they can. And they just have to believe in themselves, and you cannot give up. When you want something, you work hard for it, and you keep going, and it will happen eventually. And I really do believe that no matter what your background is, like even if you think you're bad at math, or even if you think you're bad at something, I want all of these girls to know that you can get better at it, and you can achieve whatever you want to. It just takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, but you will get there. And so I think that's definitely something we're trying to instill in our nonprofit, is that no matter what, you can do it. And that's really important to us.
That's great advice. Wow. So where do we go from here?
Yeah, so from here, we have a lot of fundraising events coming up.
Okay.
We're trying really hard.
Get me a list.
Yeah, we have Mill City Grows workshop that we're trying to support financially, and then also we're trying to, with another maker space, Artisans Asylum, we're going to try to create some workshops over there for young girls. So those are the main things that we are trying to financially support right now. And we want to instill this message into all these girls who are going to be impacted by these programs. And yeah, we're really excited about that.
Good girl. We're wrapping up. Is there anything else, Gal, you'd like to say?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I really appreciate this time. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you coming on. You're an amazing young woman who has done so much. Don't forget, donate, right?
Yes.
To Gal Zeidman
Right.
and E2 Empower, E2E, right? Engineer to Empower. Keep on doing wonderful things for all these young girls of all ages. I have to give you my traditional Godiva chocolate for the diva in you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming all this way. I know you have a very busy day, so keep on doing great things.
Thank you
Gal,
so much.
and thank you for coming on Dacey's Divas.
Thank you for your time.
I will see you soon. Thank you for watching Dacey's Divas.